Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today, I'm bringing y'all the best budget deck in all of Dragon Ball Super. I'm going to really orient this for you new players there to kind of understand some of the concepts and why not only is this a fantastic strategy, but also a really, really budget one, and one that, is going to it's going to be a great investment because it's going to just continue. You're not going to have to really add or change much to it. It's been strong. It is strong. And over time, as they add little things like they have with these past couple sets, it's just going to keep getting stronger. So, as they say, without any further ado, let's break it down a little bit. So, Frieza's front side, right? Again, this is set 1 leader, dude. Set one. Okay, back when they had rare leaders. Okay. Place 1 Frieza's army battle card in the drop area. Choose one of your energies, switch to active mode, then draw a card. So it's a very good card selection, filtering. And when you're last at 4 or less, you draw 2 cards, flip it over. I understand the untap 2 awaken. For those who've been around, or if you've looked at different profiles on the internet, is like, oh my god, that's the GOAT. But because, as you see, he already untaps, and then he untaps 2 as other activate mains. So the benefit here is not only are you untap, you get on your awaken turn, listen, you untap 1 energy, right? Either color, right? This is a 2-color deck, and then you untap 2. So you get 3 free actions, and draw 1 card, draw 1 card, draw 1 card, draw 2 cards. That is 5 cards drawn and 3 free actions on the awaken turn. Fantastic. So let's get over here. Demigra, the good boy. Uncommon. Again, this is very, very budget profile. Couple good synergies here. All right, he helps you self-awaken because if they swing at him, you can just take your own life. And he's only cost the 1. We'll get to it. But costing 1's very important. Aside from the fact you can just play him on the first turn, right? That's nutty. 10,000 power for the turn is the +1, and a little mini board wipe is the other effect. So you get to, keep the board clear, get a little bit of aggression off of a nice 15K swing, 10 and 5. 15K, for those new players, is the threshold, right? You want to hit 15K because most awakened leaders are 15K. So it's a very important number to hit. So strong. This guy, priciest boy on the list. I'd say he's worth it, but also cuttable. So if you guys are, looking to keep the budget even slimmer, you can cut them out the list, up some other cards for consistency. I'll talk about some options here maybe, but what can you do to maybe replace him? Well, he's free. That's the big utility. So maybe up your time magics, right? Because time magic is a freebie. So that's a good one. Or what is the other one? The Dark Death Ball. Because once you plus him to 2, Dark Death Ball is free if you are willing to pitch cards for it. But that Dark Death Ball is a true counter. So whereas he lets them enter the battlefield, get their enter the battlefield effects, but he can pop bigger numbers, Dark Death Ball stops him from entering the battlefield. So a very good budget alternative to this guy here. But either way, even with him in the list, it's a very inexpensive list. Body counters, if you're new, basically, if you have a unison, you can play them for free, all right? And that's pretty much it. That's the utility, right? Free is good. So, Frieza's Call, okay? Frieza's Call, pay 1, choose a Frieza's Army card, energy cost 2 or less from your deck, play it in rest mode. So, if you can, grab a 2 cost or not, whatever. But, I got 4 of them here, partially because, I want to do it as much as I can, but also, we're a little light on the yellow, so we want to, have good charges. 1-star ball, Parasitic Darkness. This helps us close the game. This is part of a very important combo I'm going to talk about in a little bit. So, Dark Balls, again, if you're not in the know, if you're new, they all kind of do the similar thing, where they get 5,000 power for the battle as activate battle, so they're effectively a combo, right? So effectively got some combo power there. And then in this particular chain, you get to play it under a 4-cost Frieza. Then you get to go grab a Frieza Zeno from your deck or your hand and put it on an active mode. Very important because that gives you extra swings, you know. Helps you sequence to squeeze more damage out. So that's going to help you beat him. All right. Very silly super combo here. Zamasu, Sacred Disbelief, you know, those of you guys that know, you know. If you don't, he's very good defensively. He doesn't draw cards like most other super combos, but like I said, dude, you draw 5 cards, you're the golden boy. And yeah, you know, you get to arrest a card, very good in Gohan matchup, very good, you know, go wide strats. You're like, oh, that other chunky boy, I'm gonna rest him down. You know, usually I'd say one of the strengths of the deck is because you draw so much and you filter through your Frieza's army so much, you get to draw into your non-Frieza army pieces very well. And, you know, usually I can, like, tap out, basically, because I've got, like, 2 or 3 of these in hand. And, like, 2 or 3 of these in hand is about as good as having a Nimbus or, you know, a turn stopper in hand. Chi-Lai, she's kind of another Frieza's call, but she's a little more plus, but a little bit more expensive. She really helps you out. If you need that extra swing out of your part of your combo, you know, she helps you with that because you get to bring them in an active mode when you bring them in. So she costs that 1 more, but you get a little bit more for paying the 1 extra. You know, you pay 2 for her too, but she also, you know, draws a card when she comes in. So fairly plus there. I'm only running the 3 because, I mean, space is tight. And yeah, I just don't. 4 is just a little redundant. Speaking of 3 ofs, Infernal Emperor Frieza, I guess kind of with Chi-Lai, the reason is that I only want to see them in certain situations. Like I want to see them, but I only want to see them when I think mostly I want them in my hand if I'm on the draw and I get to get that first swing in because he's 10K. Most leaders on this side right here, they're 10K. So you get that swing in, and then you get the self-awaken. You get to choose a card out your life, add it to your hand. So, you know, it's a little bit more plus, and you get that little swing out of it too. So, but other than that, you know, it's kind of a, you know, he's basically a charge at that point. After you make the play the 1 time, you know, you don't really want to. There is one other play, but it's really niche and really old, and, you know, maybe, you know, if it was more of a heavier yellow like it used to be, then sure. Zarbon, all right, running 2 of this guy. I know a lot of this, you know, if you are new and you've been looking around and you just like this deck, you've probably seen a lot of people running, or like the leader, or like Frieza. You know, you've probably seen people running 4 of these in, you know, pretty much any Frieza's army list. But for me, it's like I don't have any 2-cost green unisons because I'm on Demigra, and his other half is dead, right? Ooh, there's a little morsel there, yeah. You know, his other half is dead, and because I don't have a green Frieza leader, but you know, he's great because he can help me find. I do have some 4-cost or less, or up to 4. I have some 4-cost Friezas I want to see, and it's a deeper dig. So it is really good for that, but I want to keep my colors a little bit. I want to fix my colors a little bit. So I have Avenging Frieza, which he's a little, you know, he's got his own balancing act. He doesn't dig as deep. He doesn't go as high on the, you know, I can't grab some of those 4 costs, but the color doesn't matter with him. And, you know, he's a good yellow charge. So, you know, if I need to charge him, I charge him and, you know, go on with my day. So it's kind of a balancing act between these 2 because it is a 2-color deck. But yeah, that's what these are here for. These are just, you know, plus, you know, when you play them, eat them off the leader, you know, good stuff. Num. These 2, I went 2-2 on this. I know people, this is very aggressive. Like if you were to run a full line of these, and I'd say 2 if you were looking to make it a little more budget, cut these, just go 4 of these, because I think these are like $2-3 bucks, and these are just like, you know, 10 cents. And yeah, you basically, the aggressive play would be like, say you had 2 of these in hand, you could play 1, swing, double, pop them, get the energy back, play the other, swing, double. That's 4 energy, or that's 4 life for 1 energy. And it's like, whoa, you know, it's very plus. But I need yellow, and sometimes because it is 2 colors, and I need that extra, like, that extra push for, say, a unison, or just, you know, for game itself, you know. And I only have a yellow open. Okay, well, there you go. All right, get my double in. So that's why I'm 2-2, you know, splitting over here. Basically same effect, kind of like these are basically the same effect. Well, these are really the same effect, but, you know, I'm splitting it this way over here too. Time Magic, this is very good. Very, very good, especially this format. But I try and always keep 2 sparking negates when I can. And Nimbus is, you know, it's Nimbus. It's not the best at doing what it does anymore, but what it does is still very fantastic. It's still a great card. And that's, again, part of why I try and keep the yellow a little high, because, you know, I want to pitch for Nimbus, right? Because Nimbus does require a pitch in order to turn it into a turn stopper. So yeah, that's my negate lineup right there. Then we get over here. This is how we end games. This is how we end games. So the Terrifying Transformation, he's, you know, you can call him in. Part of the big combo is, you know, hope if you have him to call, you know, this in the drop, you know, we'll get into, there's a lot of play lines. There's a lot of play lines with this whole Xeno chain. But basically, you know, the cool thing is that when you pay the 1, the green Frieza of 4 comes in on active, so you can get that swing out of him, and he is 15, so you can swing on an Awakened Leader, and you know, you threaten life with that. So do that. These are both 4 cost, right? Now this is, you're gonna most likely probably free play it from this right here, or you can free play it off of this, which helps you kind of extend, because we'll get to it, but basically, you know, he's very tried and true. You know, you can just like splash this card and, you know, lots of other random decks, because, you know, KOing a card and then just getting a free 15k crit. Very good. Frieza Cosmic Horror. This is like your easiest like charge slash combo out. Comboing out is probably the best way to use him until you're ready to go into your chain, because you can play him out of the drop. So like if you need to protect something, or you need to protect yourself, you know, you can combo him away. He's pretty much like, that's his use basically. But the good thing here is that both of his modes, right? You can KO a card, or get rid of a unison marker. The KO will proc him, right? So that's good, because this guy, you know, he's very, very nasty. All right, so opponent has 3 or more energy. When this card is removed from your battle area or KO'd, add 1 green extra card, the energy cost of 1 or less from your drop area to your hand. So that's going to be our ball. And what we're going to do pretty much, you know, like you have plays like, okay, you get him, right? You use his effect. Okay, then you bring him out. He pops a card. That procs him. He comes in. All right, so you went swing. You got 3 swings here. You got the ball on him. And then you go ahead, you bring him out. Okay, that's double. Okay, so then you can go ahead and pop him with your leader effect, right? You get 2 energy back, right? And say you have a call, you can call another one of him out. Or let's say, you know, off of him, you just waited and you just go ahead and play the ball right on him, you know, that, and then you're right back in the money. You get another one, right? So you just have so many swings, so much damage. Like with this lineup here, you're out of nowhere, you can do, you know, like 10 damage, you know, which is overkill. You know, your life bar is only 8. This guy, I've got the one of him, because what he'll do for you is in instances where she'll play a guy out of your deck. This will play a guy out of your deck. If you have the combo and you're ready to go, but he's in your hand, you can go ahead and call or play him out instead. And what he'll do is you can pop him with leader effect, right? That'll make him go away. And then when he goes away, right, you can just play him out of hand and then get going into your chain. So he's kind of to help you like fix that start of your chain where it gets, you know, funky. Although, you know, I think another option too would be to just cut them and get a 3rd. So that way you ain't got to worry about having the one in your hand. But it kind of helps too, because like it's It's self-awakening. You know, you get plus off of that. Even if you're already awakened, you're probably going to be awakened when you make that play. But it really helps. So we go over here to Cold Bloodlust. You know, really old card. OGs know it. It's always in your mind. But, you know, new players, cards played, it has a skill negated. So very good, 1 energy. I will say that this is an easy charge, though. Don't like charge something else that you're going to end up needing, because, like, you know, it is what it is. You know, you're light on yellow, so you got to charge things sometimes, and it's not always useful. Deflect is ever more present, so not the biggest deal. Spiteful Strike, Cold Bloodlust in reverse. So this makes them not come in with skills. This one will blank their skills after they're already in. It's a very good one of, because with Chilai and your call, it's basically a, you know, you got 5 copies of it with call, for example, for at 1. Chilai, you know, if you really are desperate and something really needs to get blanked out, you can pay 2 and have, well, no, he's yellow. You can't Chilai him out. Okay, I'm dumb. But yeah, either way, you got 5 copies of them with your call. So, yeah, that's the main deck. What are we missing here? Oh, that's right. I told you guys it was a budget deck. I told you guys that this was really cheap. And this isn't even a whole deck. This is 49 cards. Right. We got Sin Shenron, negative energy incarnate. All right, you reduce the energy cost of the card in your hand by 1 for each card in your drop area with an energy cost of 1. It can't be removed by opponent skills. So they can't freeze it, even though it's 7, right? They can't trunks it because it's got deflect. So, well, I mean, what do you do about it? I mean, you just deal, you know, you just lose a turn, basically, you know. This is, I think that even if I had big money and I wanted to spend big money on this deck, I would still run this, because look at this. I'm pretty sure, okay, we got this guy, this over here. It's 1 cost cards, not 1 cost battle cards, 1 cost cards, okay? Each card in your drop area with an energy cost of 1. So between all this, I think the count is at something like 25 1 cost cards. So half of your deck is 1 cost cards. So by about turn 3 or so, you'll have your 6 cards in drop that are 1 cost. More than likely. I've never not wanted to just cast this for 1 and wasn't able to cast this for 1. I've never paid more than 1 to cast this. So yeah, like, this is a fantastic SCR for this deck, and it's like 50 cents, right? So I mean, it's really good. It's really good. So I mean, this whole core, if you cut these freezes out, right, and maybe switch these, and nothing else really is money. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at like a $20-$30 deck, really, because this is all, you know, and I even got these pretty low with the foils and everything. I think I still spent like 30 with foil. I mean, granted, you know, I troll all day and I'm like, oh my God, who's got the good price? Who's got the goods? Who's got the shiny? Who's got the shiny for the low? You know, I be trolling all day looking for all that, but realistically, I think this is literally a penny. Like, a lot of the stuff is literally, you know, these are, you know, just printed this into oblivion. It's new. These are like 10 cents a pop. Like I said, get these instead of these, because you can only get these out of the starter deck. These are inflated. They need a reprint. But, you know, these are like a penny. These are like, you know, maybe 5 cents, you know, maybe a quarter, something like that. This might be 75 cents. This might be 75 cents. But otherwise, you're looking at like a quarter, but, you know, like a quarter per card here. Like, very, very, very budget, very, very strong, right? Like I said, with this lineup here, you can delete a life total. With this right here, you can pay 1 energy, get your SCR on board, and basically they're just twiddling their thumbs the whole next turn, right? You're drawing an insane amount of cards, right? You have everything you need to win a game of Dragon Ball Super, okay? And it's not like one of those, it's not like a cookie cutter kind of deck. Oh, look at the boy. Look, he's so cool. Oh, that's cheap. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at him. He's like, hey. He's like, hey, Give me the praises. Give me the praise. I'm telling you, Golden Frieza. This deck, it's got gas, man. It's got gas. So, that all aside, you know, like I said, I'm taking a little bit of time with this because I want, you know, doing a little bit for the new players. I'm trying to keep it, you know, not too crazy out of control, but you know, we're at 20 minutes here, and you know, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. You guys came, you wanted the info. I'm giving you the info. I'm giving you the goods. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna break the sideboard down for you a little bit. So I want to bring these in all at the same time because normally I do one by one, but the reason why I'm bringing all these in at the same time, this isn't in the same category, but I'm gonna bring it in. Okay, is that because Cooler and Piccolo is 2 yellow and 3 yellow, I gotta charge 2 yellow and I gotta charge 3 yellow. I have to. Okay, so I gotta bring this package in all at the same time. I gotta bring all this in all at the same time because I gotta have more for charge. I can't really, you know, there's other things I'm gonna have to be taking out here. It's gonna be consistency hits and XYZ, but it is what it is. I gotta do what I gotta do because, yeah, I just gotta charge more yellow. Granted, like I said, or not like I said, I don't know. I didn't say. I never said it, so I don't know why it's like I said. But like you may have seen, right? If you're new or you've been around, you've probably seen most people are only running 1 or 2 of these. I have 3. I have 3 because I'm probably going to want to charge 1. I have 3 of these. But I have an actual Cold Bloodlust, but this is more for unisons. This whole setup is really for like the blue matchup because like I don't want you to start getting going with your baby, or, you know, if you're a Soul Striker, like I want to pretty much like, you know, hate on your whole unison situation. This is more for your unison. You know, as far as like problem cards that are 4 or less, that are battle cards that don't have deflect, you know, it's not really coming to mind. That would be worth paying the 2 to blank, but you know, like I said, I'm probably going to end up like, you know, I'll probably draw 1 or 2, and, you know, if I draw 2, I'll have to charge 1. That's what I'm hoping to do. I only got 2 of these, but again, this is for the blue matchup, so if I get into a counter war, the game goes long. You're hating, I'm hating. Crusher Ball. Crusher Ball, it's just one of the, you know, most efficient counters in the game. It's just one, rest it, you know, you pretty much like made him waste some time and some energy. So aside from that, this is why I'm running 3 of these, because this really helps you finish the game, but you don't really want to, you know, you don't want to keep drawing multiples or whatever, but I put 3 in, and this is kind of a deck building consideration to think about. If you're new, that you want to maybe put 1 extra in of something, you know, think about things that you not only are like, oh, it's good to have in the deck, but think of things that are easy to side out, right? Because I knew I was going to put this in the sideboard because you know, again, these are actually, this is budget. This is not too bad, but not too good. This, not so much, but I have these. I've had these since they were cheap. And, you know, but you can do without. You can do without. It's a pretty decent investment to make. They're not too bad, but, you know, you can do without them. Sideboard is, you know, basically whatever you have for the people you play with that helps you, you know, win games against them. You don't have to necessarily look at the whole card pool, the whole meta when you make your sideboard. I would just say that, you know, think about your core cards. But, you know, again, I knew I was going to have these in my sideboard because I had them. And I put 4 in here because that is make it easy to take 1 out since these search them out. I knew it would be easy to take 1 out as I make space for the 4 of these. So, yeah, that's the profile, guys. That's the profile. So I would just say, you know, come at me with some questions. Let me know what's going on. Let me know how you feel about the Golden Boy. You know, if you got your own little budget brew or something that you want to share. But I'm telling you that this is it. He's the man. As far as, you know, not just budget profiles itself, but I feel like in yellow, this is very strong. And this is just like, it's very classic. It's very classic and something that I think if you're new, that it can grow with you. You can add, you can subtract, and you are kind of, it is kind of one of those archetypes a little bit where you're like, oh, a lot of the, you know, traps that get fell into in this game is like, oh, I really like this archetype. I'm really waiting for archetype support. But there's so much Frieza, you know, it's very few sets where Frieza's army cards don't get printed. It's very few sets where they don't print Frieza's army cards. And aside from that, like the Frieza's army cards that we have right now, we have like pretty much everything you need. It's not that we are in a situation where it's like, oh, I wish they had a searcher. Oh, we got a searcher. Oh, I wish they had some type of damage. Oh, well, they got a double striker. Oh, well, I wish they had some type of like, you know, consistency. Oh, well, we got consistency for days. Like whatever you want out of the, I wish there was like, you know, synergy for like counters and defensive play. Oh, you know, it's got pretty much everything that you need out of a deck for however you want to approach any matchup. And it's not automatic or cookie cutter or super like, you know, it's not like the Broly deck where it's like you have a 40 card swap package and a bunch of consistency cards. And it's like, oh, well, you know, I'm just going to throw in, you know, some Violent Rays and that'll be my 50 cards. You know, it's not like that. It's a little bit more like, you know, it helps you learn. It helps you kind of, you know, the deck doesn't play itself. The plays are very easy. The plays are easy to make, and it's easy to understand as you get a more advanced grasp of the game. But this is, you know, it's kind of like playing, I say playing this deck is kind of like playing Ken and Ryu in Street Fighter. Like this is the basic bread and butter of how to play Dragon Ball Super is, you know, playing a deck where you're sequencing, you know, you're just, like I said, I gave it to you how to do it. You're sequencing how to get the most advantage, how to get the most actions out of what you got with, you know, just kind of looking at your play lines, thinking your probabilities, just real, you know, the basic stuff, the game, you know, what do they have in their hand? What are they going to play? You know, just those different thought processes that you are going to have throughout the game. You know, Frieza rewards you just for, you know, just for keeping it simple. And, you know, as you do that, you end up in this new profile, in this new set, the balls and the Zeno chain has really added that extra speed and that ability to punish and that ability to pressure that a lot of, you know, what the best decks, you know, what they hold. So I appreciate you guys all taking your time. I'm gonna go ahead and get this up for you. I think I'll have another profile I'm gonna record here soon. I might do a couple. You know, it's been a minute since I have, so I might record a couple today and get them up over time. Hopefully, I'll be able to get them out a little shorter. They'll be more advanced focused. They'll be more, you know, based on you know, players that kind of know the game a little more. But like I said, I want to title this, and I want new players to I really hope new players flock to this deck, because I think that if you you know, you want to save money and you want to get into the game and you want to learn and understand it, this is it. So I'm done rambling, man. I'm done a whole lot of talking. I don't know, a whole lot of talking, you know what I'm saying? But these are the boys right here. These are the boys, and we're signing off. Peace.